been a bit since I've done a live, and my shop is so busy right now that I have everybody working, so I didn't want to have people video me, so I stuck it on a tripod, and I'm gonna try to do a live because everybody's been saying, when are you gonna do a live? So I'm here. I'll keep it live for 24. We have a great wedding this weekend. We have a couple, actually. We have a wedding that is going to be sort of a full-on garden theme where we're gonna transform the ceiling of the entire place. Katie, what's up, honey? Hi. We're gonna be taking the ceiling of the entire place and turn it into a garden. We're gonna hang a lot of sheet moss, Spanish moss, draping amaranthus, smilax across the whole ceiling, sort of interwoven with the lights. It is a venue near me called Winter, which is a huge, destination for tourists around here. It's a beautiful, beautiful garden, and although where you have your ceremony is gorgeous, the reception area is basically the cafeteria. So taking this area and trying to make it into a garden and make it feel intimate is going to be challenging. So it's going to be beautiful. Hey, wonderful lady. It's Katie Davis from Ponderosa and Time. You guys need to check out our lives because they're freaking incredible. All right, so you want to see what I have today? I got some amnesia roses. I have this really, really, really pretty brown Lizzie that's coming in great right now. I have copper amaranthus. I have a lot of things from outside. I have spirea foliage that I have in my yard. I also use astilbe once it's finished. I grow a lot of astilbe. Love you forever too. I have a lot of astilbe that I grow, and after it dries, I leave it and then I pull it for weddings that I need a lot of texture in. I have cafe au laits. I have quicksand. So I also have I have a lot of hydrangea in my yard. I'm not a big hydrangea person. However, I'll use the smaller buds because they give me some nice flop, and I also like to use them sort of on the inside, and it's so pretty. Hey girl, Puparina, you need to come to Dallas. I miss you. I haven't seen you in so long, and I'm happy to see you too. I think about you all the time. Come to Dallas with us to Design Sanctuary, and we can hang out by the fire and talk and enjoy some really good meditation. We're outside sanding a bunch of doors for an Italian themed wedding that we have, and so you're hearing that too. So there's so much going on here. All right, gonna start. Ready? You'll see some of the textures as I move along. I have some crabapple outside. I grabbed that. It's just a little mini crabapple. It's not the big ones, but it's gonna give me the texture I want. To describe what she asked for was, I want to feel like romping through the forest and grabbing flowers. I don't know if you guys have ever had that question, but I don't always even know what that means. So I took my scissors and my cutters and I romped through my forest and I grabbed what I could. I'm reflexing some roses as I start. This is an amnesia rose. I often use an amnesia mixed with a cappuccino, mixed with a quicksand, because you get a lot of that muted color, which I love. So, no further ado, I'm going to start in the middle. Normally I wouldn't start like that, okay? But I am for her because of the fact that she wants this to feel, kind of different than that recessed style. So I'm going to go ahead. She likes the anemone right in the center, so I'm going to start just like that. I'm going to pull in some texture. You want to know why I have gloves on? I'm deathly allergic to this. Not deathly, I'm not going to die, but man, I get some serious welts. The amaranthus. So people in my shop say, why do we use it? Because I like it, I will sacrifice for my flowers. They're so pretty. I'm using bind wire today. People ask me a lot about that. You can use anything you want to wrap your bouquets. You can use clear tape. You can use oasis tape that can get wet. You can use floral tape, that you have to sort of pull and it adheres against itself. You can use wire. You can really use whatever you want. And honestly, I use a little bit of everything all the time because I just use what is near my hand, to be quite honest. So, all right, so what I'm gonna do is create a center with this bouquet. I left it a little bit more airy. Normally I'd start with something sort of tighter and more textury so that I could recess it in, but I really don't know how I want to do this. I'm not sure that I want it recessed so much. So that's what I'm doing. I have a friend, Kelly, from Petals by the Shore, who is allergic to all flowers and is one of the most killer designers. And so my question to her is all the time, like, why do you not wear gloves? And she said she doesn't care. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy, because I hate the feeling of an allergy on my hands. I hate it. I want to show you some other things that I pulled out. I've got some salvia, which I really like. I have to find it. I pile my flowers up. I'm not a neat designer. I just pile everything in big piles. Show you what's going on already. I'm excited about this whole wedding because the girl was more interested in the textures that could sort of come out than she was about the actual blooms themselves. She wanted to see sort of a feeling from her bouquet. And when somebody gives me that option, then I can go for it and just find as many fun textures as I can. Now that being said, there were definitely things she did not like, so I kept them out of her bouquet. Guess what season it is, y'all? It's dahlia season. So my friend Madeline started cutting, and I'm getting all my cafes, which I'm so excited. Hello from the Goodwin family. Hey, how you doing, guys? That is fun. JR's Fat Flowers. Look at that. I don't really want this dahlia out too wide. I don't want to, because I'm not sure if she really even wants dahlia, but I wanted them, so I did it. Yes, I did. I did what I wanted. You know how I look at it right now? If you hired me to design your flowers, there's something about what I do. Hey, Quebec, what's up? It's good to see you. If anybody has questions while I go along, I'm here, so ask. I can actually see them today. I put in some seeded juke right in here because what I want to do now is use my greens to create width. I talk about this a lot. I don't want you guys to crunch your flowers. Hey, Brazil, what's up? I don't want you guys crunching your flowers together because if you do that, they're not going to show off, and you pay a lot for each bloom. So often you might not see my greens, but I'm actually putting them in heavily and deep all around inside. That's my dog barking at one of our employees coming in. Indonesia, oh my gosh, hello, how are you? What is flowering like in Indonesia? Hold on, I'm getting my dog. Somebody grab Shush. Come here, come here. It's okay. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. No, come here. Come here. Say hi, look. Oh, I want to show you how fierce he is. He's incredibly fierce, this dog. Oh, isn't he the cutest thing ever? I love him so much. He stays at my feet, but then when delivery people come in, he barks, and they look at him like, what are you going to do? All right, there we go. So it's already starting to happen here. I'm loving it, and I'm putting in whatever I can to kind of make it happen. I love all the change and the variation already. I'm going to use some of this spirea when I get finished to kind of bring it out long. Alyssa, can you give Michael some work or have him help out Christina outside? Thank you. That's what real flower shop life is. You know that. I'm going to use some Queen Anne's in here. I'm going to use this because it's another really good texture. We have a lot of local Queen Anne's right now growing, which I love. You can grab it off the side of the road. So I needed cappuccino this week, and I couldn't get any. So what I did was Indonesia. Do you guys have a lot of flower shops? Oh, Bunga. There's so many of them. Wow, I have so many people from Indonesia. Hi, guys. Could you send me on DM some of your work? I'd love to see it. Hi, we are the Wildflower. So what I did is I took this quicksand and I misted it with some saffron, just a little bit of saffron and a little bit of pink, just to get the color. I know that it's not a cappuccino, I get it, but I really wanted it to, feel like a little deeper than just the quicksand and just the other one that I was using. So that's why I did that. I'm going to take some of this spirea foliage that I just talked about. I'm going to put that in deep because I feel like it's going to give me what I need there. Pull some of this off, cut it. I'll use this also in the other side, really deep. Northern Ireland. Hey, I want to come there. I love, it's been raining so much here in Philadelphia that it looks like Ireland. I said to my husband last night, it's so, everything is so green. It's incredible and I love it. I have a little bit of, she wanted a little bit of lavender, so I dropped in some lavender scabiosa. I'm going to use that tall, pop it in here. I just want to see that. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm already feeling like, oh, it's so crunched in. I don't want it so tight. So I'm already going to start pulling. So, I am tap turning if you want to know. Hi, Venezuela. How are you? It's good to see you today. Ingrid. I am tap turning, although I've just, from your intents and purposes, you're just kind of watching me. So I need to get back to my teaching here and show you the actual style. So after I do a little bit, I place and then I quarter turn the bouquet, and that keeps it, gives me a nice spiral at the base so that I can move things around. Everybody does this differently. I love to have the freedom to constantly, I know the color combo's killer. It's so pretty, Katie. I love it. I love it. You really have to use your expertise when you're working with your clients because they don't know, okay? So if they say to you, you know, I want such and such, like I had a girl here last night, I want pink and hot pink. So I brought her out something that has some touches of that buttery yellow and pink and hot pink. And we'd be glad to, send some gorgeous garden roses. Yes, send them. Hi, Hannah Gardens, send me some roses. I'll take them. And we'll use them and I'll show everybody. So I'd love that. Guys, go over to Hannah Roses and look at her garden roses. Anyway, what was I saying? I got lost in the fact that somebody was going to give me flowers. That makes me really happy. So I showed her this other combination. There you go. I showed her a combination of florals that were a little bit more diverse than she thought. And she was like, yeah, that's what I want. Now, she was never going to tell me, give me buttery yellow, give me some dusty rose in there. You know, she wasn't going to say that to me because she didn't know. So you guys, when you're doing your consults, don't just, you know, just listen to what they say, but also think about bringing your own expertise to the color scheme because people really don't know and they want you to tell them. That's why they're there. And I know that when you're new at this, you second guess your ability. You don't always feel the authority to just share what you know, and you're worried they're not going to like it. But honestly, can I encourage you to just have courage, be, you know, say, listen, I really think this will look beautiful if you do, and say, you know, let's add some more tones in that people won't necessarily notice, but they'll make all the difference in the bouquet, and take it from, you know, just this blush bouquet that you've seen 1,000 million trillion times to something that's, you know, really different and special. So just to show you guys that I'm pulling in a lot and I'm also pulling out. Now normally in this sort of style where you do everything, you know, mega recessed, you know, I would have started low in the center, I would have tap turned and continued to make my way out and up. But in this bouquet, because I'm not sure exactly, I'm going to probably build in a small cascade to it. Right now, this is the center of my bouquet, which is really just lots of movement in and out. Okay, so I'm tap turning. What is that? What that is the Dutch spiral method. So you're going to place your flower. I say tap because you want it to come in at this angle. You want to bring it into the left side of your bouquet, and don't be afraid to leave some stem length on it. Place it, and then you quarter turn the bouquet. Now, girls, I have had to take Celebrex for a long time because of the cramps in my hands and my trigger finger and all the fun stuff you get as florists. So if you're new at this, you know, why don't you guys skip it and, you know, tie off a little bit more often. You know, I'm constantly holding my bouquets and forgetting to tie off because I really don't need to. I have really strong hands. But there's no point in, you know, not tying off. And also, listen to this. If your hands are sweating, if you're not feeling relaxed, you need to stop, okay, and start over. All right, listen, lines. Always be thinking lines. And when I say that, I mean, don't forget your invisible line. When I do a bouquet, like see how this is sticking out here? That's fine, as long as I bring something else to attach. Because right now, if I were to draw this on a piece of paper, this piece of Vitex is sending me over there, and I don't want it to, because then I'm done looking at the bouquet. So all of your lines should always bring you back to the bouquet, always. Even if you bring them low, they should be, you should be able to take a pencil, if you took a picture of it, and draw a dotted line to connect your lines in your bouquet. If you can't do that, your bouquet still may be beautiful, but I promise you that it's not directing people where they need to go. It's taking them away from the bouquet. They don't know why. They don't know what's going on. But a really well done piece of art or bouquet or anything is taking you around it and around it and around it. So if you see me making adjustments, it's because I'm constantly adjusting my lines of my flowers. If I have a piece of scabiosa and it's shooting out, I might leave it there as long as there's a continuation of the line at the bottom, the circle. If there's not, then I'm probably gonna move it so that it's coming this way, so it has somewhere to meet. Again, you're not gonna actually meet the line, but you're definitely going to produce, you could produce a dotted line that would make that connection. All right, so this is Playa Blanca. Girls, this rose is really inexpensive for a garden rose. It's not considered a garden rose. Looks just like a garden rose. It's got a really hardy petal count. It's really pretty. You know, I like to pull the centers out of my roses if I'm trying to make them look like I got them from my garden. So I just janked out a good deal of that petal, but it looks so pretty that way. So that's what I'm going to use for the Playa Blanca. Is my go-to white garden rose. So is Mondial. I love that too. Love Playa Blanca. I know, aren't they the best? Somebody, you know, one of my contractors, they come in, and these girls that, you know, I think I know everything, and they come in and they're like, did you ever use last? And I'm like, no, I never did. And they know so much. Listen, don't ever stop learning. I'm learning every single day. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some nice bouncy hybrid delphinium, and don't forget to keep turning, okay? If you stop turning, your bouquet is going to become one-sided. You don't want that. You want to keep your bouquets beautiful from all sides. I get an argument about this from people, even when they're contractors and they come in. They'll say, why? I don't want to, our garden roses look that pretty all the time. Yay! I can't wait to see them. Guys, go over to Hannah Gardens and look at their, not right now, but you know. Astrantia is really nice. I had actually misted some of this Astrantia too. I want stuff to kind of peek out around things. I don't want to bury my flowers, but I definitely want to do some peeking. This is starting to get buried, so I'm just release my hand a little bit. Now here's what I mean. See how that's going that way? Just turn it around. That's all I'm saying. So that it makes me go back in, okay? And you never want something at the same height. Like I did here, I'm gonna mix those heights, because once your heights are right there, that if you can draw a straight line across the top, it's gonna feel like, it also is gonna feel like dog ear. So just lifting it up like that, look at how it continued my line. Would you leave this live on your profile? Yes, I will leave it live for 24, and then I'll try to shoot it over to my YouTube channel, which is not a fancy YouTube channel like all these other girls have. It's really just my live videos. I try to post them so that you guys can learn from them. So feel free to head over to YouTube. If you're looking for it, you should be able to find it. You're welcome. You should be able to find it on my profile link. This guy's fighting me. He's fighting me. There's my Lizzie. Love Lizzie. How, look at that. Look at it. Ooh. I know this isn't everybody's favorite, but it's definitely mine. If I post a piece, Katie, who was just on here, Katie Davis, she has all of these tones as her, sort of her branding, all these, you know, oranges. And so if she posts a picture of one of these, it just, people go crazy because that's her following. But I tend to, you know, it's this colors of browns and muted colors aren't always my clients' favorites, but I always have to try to get them in there one way or the other because I like them. So this is starting to come together really well. I think it's time to, she really likes the anemone. So since I have like a blank spot here in this hydrangea, I think I'm gonna pull this through. You guys see what I'm doing? Once you've got your armature made and your base is really pretty, that's when you can really have fun. Never put it at the same height So even though if you look at it, it looks like it's the same height, it's one is deeper than the other, okay? Yeah, I'm really pleased with this too. I think it's gorgeous. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's see what else I have in my match. Ooh, look what I have. Snowberry, love snowberry. Look at that. I did a post on my Instagram recently that was all the pink snowberry, and this is the white with the green, and I really love this too. So I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna start building this really far out now. I'm gonna keep pulling, but I feel like it's time now to go a little bit further out. Viburnum berry, love that. Now you guys might be saying you didn't tap turn. That's because I know where to put it that's going to continue the spiral, but if you're doing it, I want you to turn, okay? So I'm going to tie it off again so I can cut it back. I always turn it upside down. I go above my hand when I'm tying off because that helps me to get a clean tie without going too low on my tie. I didn't tie it tight. I never tie it tightly because I want to still be able to maneuver and manipulate my bouquet. I'm going to cut some of the base stems off while I work because that gives me more freedom to move while I'm making it. I love those. I know, me too. Aren't they so pretty? Look, beautiful, beautiful blend. I'm happy with this bouquet so far. I feel like we're achieving what her goal was. So I just wanted to look pretty from all sides. Now you see this like super straight pointy. I don't want that, but it's not done because she's going to be able to bring this. It's not finished, but I know that it's not finished. It's not really where I'm planning to keep it. So there you go. I need to round out those points. The anemone looks like I know. Isn't it beautiful? And this isn't even the best anemone. It just turned out, sometimes anemone comes in and it's just to die for, and then sometimes it's like dead. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys a funny story. I was at the AIFD conference and I was looking at the Japanese flowers, and they were just amazing, as you guys probably know. And I looked at one of them and I go, oh my gosh, these are to die for. And the woman was like, no, 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 they're not dead. They're not dead. I was like, I got to remember, you can't just use any saying you want to when you're talking to somebody from a different culture because they don't know what you're talking about. She was thinking I was insulting her flowers. I'm like, no, I'm not. I really am not. All right, so my husband thinks it's funny every time I do something dumb like that. All right, so I don't have my stripper here anymore. I had it, but there you go. We use another amnesia. So now I got to start building out here on this side so that I get rid of that point coming out on the side. I don't want that anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and build in more roses. I know she doesn't want a ton of roses in her bouquet, so I keep hesitating to use them, but they're giving me such a good focal point. So when I feel like that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and use this seated so that I can, you know, start to give it a little bit more texture on the outside. I don't want people to feel it when they look at this bouquet that it's all roses. If you guys could see my work table right now, you'd be like, wow, how do you work like that? But I sort of have to. It's my style. I don't like the way that's sticking up, so I'm cutting it out. It just feels weird to me. That feels better already. And I'm not really loving this piece of delphinium here. I feel like it's just drawing too much attention, and I don't want any one flower to draw my attention in a bouquet. I really don't. I mean, unless that's what the client wants. I want it to feel like I just keep moving around and looking and looking and looking and like, wow, look at that, wow, look at that. That's just my style. It's not everybody's. It's definitely mine. I'm going to tie off again. I'm not used to working in gloves. I never do it, but you know, like I said, if I'm going to use the amaranthus upright draping, whatever, I have to now. I can't take the pain. So sometimes if I even smell it, and there's only, thank God, I only have a couple contact allergies, which I'm thrilled because some people have a lot more than that. Sometimes when you work with flowers for a long time, you develop a lot more contact allergies. All right, so that is Steel Bee. I really like that. but I don't like that point. I feel like it's just too pointy, and so just pull it off. Don't stress, guys, just take it out, you know? Look how pretty this is really starting to happen here. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm going to use some more of this snowberry over here on the side. I'm going to bring it in sort of deep because I know she doesn't want it to feel. There you guys, there you go. She doesn't want it to feel like a bouquet full of roses, and I don't think it does. I think we're achieving her goal. Really like it, really do. What else shall I do here as we finish it up? I'm almost done. I want to put in more of a drape inside of it. So I know I tell you guys tap turn, don't stop moving. So I'm going to tie it off again. I'm going to turn it one more time. With this particular bouquet, sometimes if I'm really happy with the way things are going and that I love where things are placed, I get a lot more particular about tying off because I like it. I don't have to adjust it. I'm not going to have to move it. Obviously, when you're wearing gloves, they can get stuck. So, all right, I think I'm just about finished this bouquet. I'm going to finish off the base. I'm going to put on a ribbon that's like just super muted. She's not a real fancy girl. She's not going to want ribbons, too many. So I'm just going to tie it off with sort of probably a burnt orangey colored ribbon. Any questions? Yes, I have noticed contact allergies as well. Have to wear a mask. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? I hate that. Thank you so much for loving the work. It's just my joy, you know? And I try to get in here and do lives because I know people want to learn. Design Sanctuary. If you guys are considering coming to Design Sanctuary, I need to encourage you to do it this week for Dallas because we do have a promotion code out right now. And it's... Sorry, he keeps barking at this boy. Design Sanctuary is in Dallas. It's November 4th through 6th. We have so many amazing teachers coming to this. Amazing teachers. We're going to teach you everything you ever wanted to know. Plus, you'll have access. Hi, Dubai. You're going to have access to us at all times. Next, we do a lot of work around getting your in touch with who you are as a designer and kind of reconnecting you with loving flowers and loving what you do. And it's going to come right at the end of your season. It shouldn't interrupt your weddings because we make sure that you're out of there on Wednesday. So, you know, it shouldn't interrupt your weddings. You should be able to get back either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning to start your weddings. And I know, 11 dogs. I know, they just bark all the time. Anyway, so you should be able to get back. But we're going to do a lot of work around getting back your hunger and thirst. And this event business can just drag you down and make you disinterested and not have fun. So we have a lot of amazing teachers coming in to do that. And I'm a therapist. I have a degree, a master's degree in clinical therapy. And so I will be working with doing guided meditations. And it's just going to be just beyond fun. So I'm excited to have you guys come. So if you're interested or you're thinking about doing Design Sanctuary, please use code. It's Get Your Flojo back. So it's FLOJO. And just until Sunday, you can get $450 off your ticket. So it's a really fun promotion, but it will end on Sunday. So if you're interested in coming, please make sure you grab your ticket this week. We do have tickets and they are selling, though. We have a little bit more capacity than we had at the last one. But if you're interested in coming, I would grab that as soon as you can so that we don't sell out, and especially with this great offer. I want to meet you guys, I want to teach you guys, and I want to connect and get you reconnected with your Flojo. Okay, love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Here's the bouquet. I will put this up on my YouTube so you guys can see it again, okay? Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.